Hold on one second, you guys. So I did just spill some water when I was trying to put my phone up here. So hold on, you guys. All right, sorry, you guys. I knocked over my water. Okay. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. This is going to be an all signs reading. This is the person on your mind. This general reading, you guys, it's not going to resonate with everybody. You can always check your moon, rising, or Venus signs, or you can book a private reading with me through my website. Hello, Chantel, which is linked in my bio, or sorry, on the description box. I'm always confused whether I'm recording on TikTok or YouTube, getting them mixed up all the time. So yeah, link for my website is in the description box. Take what resonates, you guys. Leave the rest. And we're going to start with Aries. Give me 1 second. Okay, gonna get your timestamps. I'm doing good. I'm doing okay. If you're referring to my sciatica that I was dealing with a couple weeks ago, much better. I actually went for acupuncture, and it was like a miraculous, almost a miraculous fix. Like one session had me 90% better. I definitely wasn't feeling the sciatic pain anymore. It was mostly just like muscle tightness because your muscles do something called muscle guarding. It's like your muscles tense up essentially to like protect the nerve when you have sciatica. So the acupuncture fixed the nerve, but my muscles were still a little bit tense after, and that is like slowly healing. But I don't have any pain while sitting down anymore, which is like exactly what I was looking for. So I just lost some flexibility in that leg, but it'll come back over time because this ain't my first rodeo with sciatica, unfortunately. But the first time I had it, I didn't know about acupuncture, and it took like more than 6 weeks to heal. So if you ever feel like you have sciatica, you guys, acupuncture. It's painless, and it's like it was like a miracle how it healed. All right, so let's start with our Aries collective. I'll stop rambling about myself. I hope everyone's having a good weekend. The person on Aries mind, please. Thanks for asking, by the way. Appreciate you guys. Okay, so the person on your mind, Aries, we have the Hermit card here. This is Virgo energy. So you could be dealing with somebody, Aries, who is kind of withdrawn from you at this time. Okay. Sorry guys, give me 1 more second. It's a little hot in here, so I'm just gonna open my window up. So Aries, you're dealing with somebody who is probably a little bit withdrawn right now. Okay. I feel like somebody here, we're gonna clarify, but I feel like someone may just be needing a little bit of alone time. All right. I feel like someone here could be reflecting on something, reflecting on the relationship, reflecting on life in general. Let's see. Let's get a little clarifier. We could be dealing with someone who's a little bit of an introvert, Aries, or who just is a little bit withdrawn in life. Okay. It could also be someone who's a little more spiritual or shy, or just very selective with their energy. I feel like this is someone who is possibly like a little bit reserved at times as well. Okay, so Aries, if it's feeling like this is someone who essentially is just wanting to focus on themselves right now, with the Nine of Cups is an energy of somebody who's, just focused on their own energy, putting themselves first in some way. So this could be somebody who is, focusing on what makes them happy. This is definitely a person who knows how to put themselves first. I don't necessarily know if that makes them selfish, but let's see. What's the energy between you guys? The Devil in reverse. Okay, it's interesting. Why is the Devil in reverse? For some of you guys, it could be that you and this person are breaking a toxic cycle. Okay, tell me more. I don't know why the second I started doing this reading, I started feeling very hot. Like my body temperature is drastically increased. Okay, so, all right, so Aries, we have the Five of Pentacles here. For a lot of you guys, it's not only that this person is withdrawing, but there could be a period of separation between you and them. Okay, this could be temporary or permanent. I'm not sure, but it does feel like there could be a mutual recognition of a relationship that feels like it might not be very healthy. Okay, this could be recognizing that you two have an on again, off again connection. This could be recognizing unhealthy attachment styles, or that somebody here may be a little obsessive. Let's see what's going on. How do you view them, Aries? You view them as the star. Okay, could be dealing with an Aquarius, Capricorn here. How are they viewing you? They view you as the, okay, so what's going on here, Aries, is that this person is viewing you as the one who's a little obsessive here. So somebody's pulling back their energy. Somebody's feeling like they need to pull back a bit. You may be very attached to somebody, okay? I feel like they are telling me in this reading that they need to focus on themselves. You're definitely like holding this person in very high regard, Aries. You know, you see them as wish fulfillment. You're definitely really admiring this person. There's something about them that you see as like they're the one. I don't know that they feel the same way. We're going to get into their feelings, but they're seeing you as being very like held on to something, maybe quite stubborn when it comes to this connection. So this is telling me that the feelings may not be mutual here. How do you feel? We have the Fool in reverse. Okay, so with the Fool in reverse as well, almost feels like a false start energy. You know, it feels like you maybe went into something without any expectations, but fell very quickly, fell very hard, very fast, Aries. Yeah, I feel like, you know, you kind of went into something blindly and didn't realize how much you were going to like this person. You know, you may have like, again, not thought too far ahead, but ended up very attached to someone here. Let's see how they feel. That's why we're here. We have the Ace of Cups. They do like you. They do have feelings for you. So Aries, again, guys, keep in mind that the roles can be reversed. So take it as it resonates for you. Because sometimes you guys comment and you're like, it's reversed. Okay, so if that's the case, that's the case. But it's almost like you guys like each other, but somebody here is feeling like there's a little bit of this like almost intense energy, or like there's almost like too much of an attachment on one side. Now, so this person may not be pulling back permanently, Aries. I do feel like they're pulling back temporarily, and they're feeling like maybe they need to focus on themselves a little more. It almost feels like things got really intense really quickly between you and this person, but they're realizing that they're getting into this really quickly as well. I feel almost like this person is scared of losing themselves in this relationship, and you're already kind of losing yourself, but you may not like be thinking of it in a conscious way, or you might not really be aware of it, or you might be really into that. Maybe it's like some people like losing themselves in a relationship, you know? But I'm almost getting this sense that this person is pulling back because they're scared of fully losing themselves in this connection. Let me see. Why are they pulling back? If they like you, why are they pulling back? Why is this person pulling back from Aries? Oh no. The Death card. Let's clarify it. Why the Death card? What's their intention? Hold on, you guys. This is kind of a tricky energy here. Yep, they got freaked out, Aries. They're definitely getting freaked out by this connection. So what I'm seeing here is, you know, I take back what I said. I shouldn't have said anything. Their intention is to possibly end things, or to potentially change the dynamic of the relationship in some way. I do feel like they're trying to have some sort of control over how this plays out. So again, I don't necessarily see that they're ending it permanently. For some of you guys, that could be the case, but for others of you, it almost feels like this person is just wanting to protect their energy. With the Seven of Wands here, it's like they want to protect their energy, they want to protect their peace. Something is feeling like a little bit too much for this person. I don't know that they're an avoidant per se, because I'm not really getting avoidant energy. Give me one more card. What's their next action towards you? Let's see. But it almost feels like somebody's got a little freaked out at how fast things went. So their next action is essentially to distance themselves here until they figure out what they want. We have the moon here clarifying it. Okay. So yeah, a little bit of a confusing message, you guys, but I do feel like someone here is quite overwhelmed. We have the Four of Swords on the bottom of the deck. They're quite overwhelmed. They're overthinking. They have a lot on their mind. They don't really know what they want to do yet. And that's why I can't see what the outcome is, because when you got the moon here in their next action, the outcome, it's almost like they want to distance themselves and reflect on things and try to figure out what they want to do next. The thing is, if they do want to continue this connection, something's got to change, is what I'm seeing. It has to change. Maybe they feel like things went too fast, like it was too much too soon. But for you, you almost feel like this person just ripped the rug out from underneath you, and that it was like there was this really intense start to a relationship, and now they're just pulling back all of a sudden. So they've just got a lot on their mind, Aries. Because again, for you, I just feel like there's a lot of confusion. You're just like, okay, what the heck was that, right? So yeah, they're pulling back. They're not sure what they want to do yet. That's the problem. And because they haven't decided, there's no guarantee in the outcome here with the moon, right? Just a little note, guys. Any reader who, you can never guarantee an outcome in tarot. Okay, that's something you should know with whatever reader you're watching or readings you're paying for. There's no guarantee, because the potential outcome that you see is the outcome based on the current energy. I often get outcomes that are saying that the current energy is split, right? Someone's like going back and forth with something, and that's why we can't clearly see it, especially when the moon shows up as the outcome. This is classic, like, there's no guarantee. Nothing is set in stone here. In the moment, this person is reflecting, contemplating, and questioning everything. So that is what I have, Aries. We got Cancer here, Scorpio, Virgo, Gemini, Aquarius, and Capricorn. Okay, we have to start here, Aries. So I was trying to make this reading a little bit shorter today, you guys, but let's see what happens. All right, let's get Taurus's timestamp. All right, Taurus. Sun, moon, rising, Venus. Happy birthday to my Tauruses, by the way. We have the Temperance card for the person on your mind. You could be thinking of a Sagittarius, okay? Tell me more about this card here, please. Feels like you're dealing with someone who could be healing from something, Taurus, somebody who's definitely showing up as very patient here. Okay. Ace of Swords. Somebody wants to talk to you about something, Taurus, the person on your mind. Keep in mind, they don't have to be a Sagittarius, but I'm definitely getting that somebody's wanting to communicate with you about something. It just feels like this person has wanted to talk to you about something for a while, but they're really trying to figure out the right way to deliver the message that feels, it might be a sensitive topic of something they need to talk about, Taurus, okay? Because it's almost feeling like they need to be like very careful or sensitive or delicate in their delivery for something. What's the energy between you guys? Five of Pentacles. Okay. This could be separation. This could be someone you're not speaking with right now, Taurus. When the Five of Pentacles shows up, this is typically ghosting energy, or just, not energy of lack of communication here, lack of something. For some of you, if you're not in separation from this person, Taurus, I feel like there's something they've been trying to be really patient about, and it feels like a delicate conversation that they want to bring up. And they're wanting to inform you of something. It almost feels like the relationship could be lacking something, or they feel like it's lacking something. And again, it feels almost like a sensitive topic. How do you view this person, Taurus? Page of Wands. There's someone who is definitely very curious. For some of you guys, this could be and again, take what resonates, you guys. Not everything's going to fit. For some of you guys, it could be related to something involving your intimacy, or something involving sex, for sure. Okay, so someone may be bringing up something that involves the bedroom in some way. How do they see you? How is this person viewing Taurus? The Six of Pentacles. Okay. So there's an important conversation. Somebody wants to talk instead of just like, it's like they want to give the connection a chance. So there's like an uncomfortable conversation or truth that they have to tell you, or something they have to bring up. That seems like a big deal to them. But the thing is, sometimes when people have something like that, they would rather just walk away than like face something, or deal with something, or admit to something. I feel like this person is kind of trying to muster up the courage here to have a difficult conversation with you, but it's because they care, and it's because they would like to keep working on this, or like they want this to keep going, like they want to keep seeing you, but there's a kind of a difficult conversation showing up here. How do you feel, Taurus? You're very excited. A lot of passion. Okay, so Taurus, what I'm getting is, this is just an example, okay? Maybe you guys, maybe you're moving a little fast for this person. Maybe they want to slow down, okay? Because I'm getting an energy from them that they're showing up as someone who's very patient, or that they feel like they might have brought something up to you, like very briefly or casually before, and they're feeling like they haven't seen too much of a change in something. So it's like they need to bring the conversation up again with you, or there's something that they really want to like get into, or they thought maybe Taurus didn't really understand what I was saying. Maybe Taurus didn't think I was serious, because they might have tried like joking about something, and then maybe you didn't really like pick up what they're putting out. So for some of you guys, it's just that they need to like sit down and make sure you understand something. This is very specific, Taurus. Tell me about their feelings. Again, it feels like it could be related to the physical in some way. Okay. Taurus, there could be a conversation regarding like a boundary or something. I don't want to say you guys are like, again, roles can be reversed, guys, so take it as it resonates for you, but it almost feels like they're trying to almost like establish some sort of boundary here. And maybe Taurus, this person has something that triggers them, and you're not aware of it, and so they want to like inform you. For some of you guys, maybe this is kind of difficult, but maybe there's a specific place that you touch them that's like triggering for them, and you don't know, they're not blaming you. You don't know. You're not the one that caused this for them, right? So I do feel like, again, there's like a very difficult conversation. And a part of the difficulty is it has something very personal for them, right? So for some of you, it could be something like that. Again, that's just an example, but almost like maybe there's a specific thing that you do, something physical, right? It feels like something physical that you do that triggers them a little bit, or like a specific place that you touch them that they're just like, okay, Taurus, I need you to understand why, like, I don't like being touched there, or I don't like being touched in that way, you know? This person's been hesitating to have this conversation. I feel like they've hinted something at you, but they feel like you don't understand why, and they feel like if you did understand why, then you would respect the boundary. Okay, something like this, Taurus. I don't know. This is a very specific reading, like I said. What's their intention towards you? Ace of Cups. So yeah, they like you and they would like to continue this um this relationship or this connection. It's just they feel like they need to be able to inform you of something before you guys continue. And we have the Wheel of Fortune as the outcome. So that tells me that something's going to change or shift in their relationship or like evolve in some way. Okay. So again, it feels like they may have like kind of jokingly said, "Hey, like don't do that." Or like they just feel like they tried to like hint at something, but you weren't really picking it up, and they're like, all right, well, I have to get into the whole, I didn't want to get into this serious thing with you quite yet, but I have to in order for you to understand so that we can, move forward from this. So that's what I got. We got strong Sagittarius energy, and then we also have fixed signs: Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. Okay, guys, give me 1 second. Okay, sorry guys. Just like allergy season because it's spring. Me with my freaking runny nose. All right, next is going to be a Gemini. You get your timestamp. Sip of water. The person on Gemini's mind, please. We got the Knight of Swords here. You could be dealing with another air sign. Some sense of urgency here with someone, Gemini. Okay, this is so interesting because, like, I'm noticing a kind of a theme here in this reading is that there's a lot of like conversations needing to happen. And it's funny because, Uranus just moved into your sign, Gemini, and that's really going to affect communication for a lot of people, right? Depending on the house that you have Gemini in. But Uranus being in an air sign and, the sign of Gemini, which is ruled by Mercury, communication is a huge factor here. Something's been giving someone anxiety, Gemini. I feel like someone's kind of torn. Okay, there's a couple messages I'm getting here. For some of you guys, there may have been like an argument that happened that someone's very upset over. Um, there's also this energy of someone who's coming off as being almost like aggressive, but behind that aggression, there's pain and there's sadness. So there could be somebody here who you have kind of this conflict energy with, but they're not really like angry, Gemini. They're actually like upset. So there's kind of this energy of them, like they're not saying what they really want to say. They're holding something back. I feel like there could be something there, like some sort of feeling of guilt or shame attached to this, whatever this is. But somebody's really anxious and stressed out and they've got a lot on their mind. They're overthinking a situation. They're having a hard time expressing it in a healthy way. So when it comes out, for a lot of you guys, this person could have some sort of like built up aggression or rage within them. And I don't know if that it has anything to do with you. It almost feels like something that you might be triggering in this person. So they're not necessarily mad at you, but they're almost like lashing out at you about something that that they're really feeling stressed out about. Okay, let's see the energy between you. We have air sign energy here. Someone could be lashing out at you, but it feels like they almost feel bad about it after. We have the hanged man here. You could be dealing with a Pisces. So the energy between you guys feels a little bit stuck right now. It almost feels like you guys are, caught between a rock and a hard place, for lack of a better term, or something is feeling stuck here. Okay. It's a lot of this, something is weighing the relationship down. And it feels almost like this person maybe lashes out at you and then again they feel like guilt and shame for it after. I feel like this person has a hard time communicating. How do you see them? And that doesn't, okay, that is like, I understand that. And, a lot of us understand that, but it also doesn't mean that we need to be somebody's like emotional punching bag either. What they went through, it's not your fault and it's not your problem. And you should not be the recipient of that. However, if they were able to communicate that with you and be willing to work through it, and you guys work through it together, that's one thing. But I feel like you don't even really know. Some of you guys might know what this is about, but others of you don't even know. And so I feel like, you might be just like confused here. Tell me how you see them. How does Gemini see this person? You get the card. Thank you. The King of Cups. Well, that's interesting. It's kind of confusing to you because Gemini, on one hand, you're seeing this person, something doesn't make sense to you here because this person is showing up to you as someone who's pretty emotionally mature and secure within themselves. But then there's this side of them, King of Swords. It's like they're very intelligent, Gemini. Yeah, this is weird. They're kind of they're torn between the emotional and the logical side of something. How do they see you? Why are the readings so specific today, you guys? Let me know in the comments if these resonate with you because I'm getting like such specific messages. We have the Ace of Swords. Okay. So you are showing up as to them as someone who like wants to communicate. And I also feel like they, in a regular situation that's not emotionally charged, this person is actually a good communicator, but there's something here that's like, again, I feel like the energy of guilt and shame is attached to something and possibly like fear, anxiety, stress. Okay. For some of you guys, it's not that deep. For some of you, this person lashed out at you and they feel bad. They lashed out, they feel bad. Okay. How do you feel? The Emperor. I feel like you're more understanding than they realize, but that doesn't mean that they don't feel bad about it. With Aries energy showing up. Their feelings are the Page of Cups. They know that they need to apologize to you. The thing for them is if this is someone who's like being triggered, it's like they're torn because there's a part of them, they're lashing out. They're not actually lashing out at you. You know what I mean? When you have things that trigger you and you're lashing out, say like something triggered something from your childhood, you're not actually lashing out at that person. You're lashing out at whoever you didn't get to speak your truth to. Say you had a parent that was like abusive to you and you always had to like shrink yourself or keep yourself small. And then so when you get in a relationship, triggers come up and the person triggers you. Now you're lashing out, but you're not actually lashing out at them. You're lashing out at the parent that you didn't get to speak up to when you were a child. So I feel like that could be something along the lines of what's happening here. And again, Gemini, that doesn't make it okay. It doesn't mean that just because that's what's going on that you need to, be the recipient of it. But I do feel like this person knows that they owe you an apology. Okay. What's their intention here? I feel like you're handling this really well though. Like I feel like some of you guys, again, you know this or you're aware of this, or even if they haven't told you, you're smart enough to like see what's going on. Okay, their intention is the Lovers here. So they want to make this work. What's the outcome? They would like to just move past this. I do see you guys moving past this, but again, I do feel like this person, they do need to be able to communicate this with you, and you need to see them actively working through it. Otherwise, this is just going to be a perpetuation of them reliving their trauma through this relationship. Okay, so that's what I got. We have your energy here, Aries and Pisces. Damn, these readings are deep today, you guys. Next up is going to be Cancer. Let me get your timestamp. Okay. Cozy Cove, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And I'm glad that you enjoy the content. All right, Cancer is up next. The person on Cancer's mind. This is a person on Cancer's mind. We have the Two of Wands, Cancer. Okay, tell me more, please. There's somebody here, possible fire sign. They're contemplating reaching out to you about something, okay? Saying something. I feel like someone could be typing up, deleting messages, putting something, drafts in their notes app here. There's definitely this this decision of whether to say something or not. Or for some of you guys, it could be making a physical move on you. Again, we got fire sign energy here. What's the energy between you guys? What's going on between you and this person, Cancer? What's the energy between you guys? Three of Cups. All right. For some of you, this could be somebody who you consider a friend. Somebody may like you more than a friend here, Cancer. For others of you, this could be a third party connection. Okay. Tell me more. For some of you guys, this might be like the person on your mind might be something going on with a friend. It does feel like somebody may want something more. This person's really physically attracted to you. There seems to be something that's kind of like restrictive in the relationship. So again, this could be like a situation where it feels like there's a label of like a friendship and this person. So there's almost like this, they're like, I want to move past that energy. Like I want to be outside of that energy. But they feel stuck in someone's stuck in the friend zone. Or someone thinks they're stuck in the friend zone. How do you see them, Cancer? Okay, Ten of Cups. You like them. This is someone who definitely, you got good vibes with. They make you really happy. Tell me more about how you see them. Page of Wands. Could be a bit younger than you. There's definitely something really fun about this person. Like, I feel like you like their energy. You like being around them. You enjoy their vibe. Like they're good energy. You have a good time together. But I think they see you as more than a friend here. Some of you guys, this could be almost like a very casual situation that hasn't really gotten off the ground yet. you could be curious about this person. Let's see how they're seeing you. Someone might be confused about whether you guys are friends or something more. You might both be confused about the situation at this point, because that did show up in your mutual energy together. And how they see you is a 7 of Cups. They're not sure if they're seeing the situation between you and them clearly. So someone doesn't know if they're like imagining what's going on between you. Someone doesn't know if they're like, am I romanticizing it? Like, me and Cancer have a good time together. I feel like there's chemistry there, but I don't want to read the situation wrong, you know? Because sometimes people have good friend chemistry, right? So this person may be trying to figure out if you guys have good like friendship chemistry or if you have like relationship chemistry. So definitely feel like there's a chemistry here. Also have the Two of Pentacles and how they see you. So again, it might be like they're having a hard time interpreting your actions and words as either flirting or just being really friendly. Because you know when you're like like pretty like friendly with someone, like you're close and you're comfortable, you can say things that in a romantic situation may be interpreted as flirting. This person is having a hard time like interpreting your actions here, how you feel, what you say. You might like playfully touch them. They're like, okay, well, were they just doing that because like we're close, or is that like a flirting thing? You know, I feel like they're not sure. For some of you guys, though, again, this is a tricky reading because it almost feels like for some of you, like seeing these 3 cards definitely is giving third party energy too. So again, take what resonates, but for some of you, this person's got a lot of options, and let's see the feelings. But I do feel like for some of you guys, this person has a lot of options here. Don't necessarily feel like they're playing you or anything. It almost just feels like they're trying to make a decision. How do you feel? How do you feel? Let's see. You don't trust this person. Okay, so that actually tells me more of the direction of the reading, Cancer. Unfortunately, you may not trust this person. With the 7 of Swords here, yeah, Cancer. Unfortunately, 7 of Swords, 3 of Cups, 2 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups. This person, I'm not saying they don't like you. Let's see their feelings, but they do like you. But I also feel like, you know, their options are open. And because I see a lot of physical energy here with the Ace of Wands, Page of Wands, 2 of Wands, someone's wanting to make a move on you. Wheel of Fortune. It could be, though, Cancer, as well. Like, you guys got to really use discernment in your own situation with a reading like this, because it also could be that, you know, just say you are casually out there dating, meeting people. You're not exclusive with anyone, so you do keep your options open, right? So someone here likes you. I do feel like with the Wheel of Fortune in their feelings, it's almost like they would like for something to change here. And we also have the Devil, though. Damn, this reading is confusing me, Cancer. What the heck? I don't like that. Let's see their intention. Shit, I hate when this happens. It's like a lot of energy here, Cancer. Page of Cups. What the heck? I don't like that Devil. The thing is, I can look past a lot of this stuff until the Devil comes out. But if your intuition is telling you not to trust this person, Cancer, that's what you need to listen to over a tarot reading. Okay, always listen to your own intuition. Trust your own intuition. So if your intuition is telling you not to trust this person, which for a lot of you guys this is, that's the topic that's true for you. Okay, because for some of you, it's the thing I was saying in the beginning. I do feel like for some of you guys, it's this kind of weird situation where you guys are not sure how the other person feels. Because the 7 of Swords could also be you hiding your feelings. But if your intuition, Cancer, is telling you that you can't trust this person, you're absolutely right. You cannot trust this person. Okay. Page of Cups and their intentions. Expect someone to get a little more flirty with you. Be a little more direct. Okay. I would definitely, regardless, Cancer, I would definitely like try to feel out the situation a little more and definitely like observe what's going on here. And don't Don't like ignore the red flags if there are red flags here, because this is a tricky one. Okay. Tell me about their next action here. Because I do see a lot of physical energy. And I do see them trying to change something here. Like, again, there's someone trying to get out of the friend zone. But that could also be why you're picking up on something weird. Again, if you're suspicious and you don't trust them, listen to that first. But for some of you guys, you're just like, the energy feels different lately. Like something feels different. Something feels like unfamiliar. It's because someone may be trying to get out of the friend zone. Just be aware with this person, Cancer. Okay, be aware. If someone here that you don't trust is trying to like get with you, don't rush into anything with them. Okay, people can't keep up a mask for very long. I don't know what else to say about this because I just feel like someone's trying to, make the situation change in some way. We got Leo, Capricorn, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Sagittarius. That was a weird reading, you guys. See, when situations like that come up in like a really short reading, I'm like, damn it, universe, because in like a personal reading, I could dive like deeper into it and really get, like a better answer for you, but not in these ones, unfortunately. 1 minute. All right. Next is going to be Leo. All right. Who is the person on Leo's mind, please? A Cancer. Oh, man. Not another confusing reading, guys. Okay. We have the moon here. Why the moon? Someone's confused about their feelings. You have someone who's really emotional here, Leo. You're a very sensitive, emotionally sensitive person. Okay. Someone may not be revealing their emotions to you. I feel like someone feels a lot more than they let you know. For some of you, they're kind of hiding their emotions here. What's the energy between you and this person? Four of Wands, Justice. Libra energy showing up. Feels like this is a pretty solid connection, Leo. This feels like a pretty solid connection. Feels like you two kind of bring this like harmony and balance into each other's lives here. This person's deeply emotional and deeply, deeply sensitive. I feel like someone could also be, there's like fear coming up for somebody here as well. There's some type of like emotional uncertainty that they have that they may be kind of like hiding from you. On the surface, the connection is looking really stable, really solid. It feels like you guys have good communication. It feels like you guys are very open and honest with each other. But this person may have some deep-seated fears or subconscious fears that are coming up for them. How do you see this person? So the way you see them, Leo, is the Strength card. You see this person as someone who's very, very calm, collected, has a lot of self-control. They're very good at masking when they have something going on inside emotionally. I feel like this person has a lot of internal emotions that they don't share, but on the outside, they seem very composed. How did they see you? The Two of Wands. You're a planner, Leo. You're showing up to them as someone who's making a lot of plans. Maybe you guys have talked about the future a lot. Okay. This could be giving this person a little bit of anxiety. But again, they don't show it. How do you feel? They see you as someone who is, they see you as someone, Leo, who you're very on top of things. You're very goal oriented. Okay. You plan for the future. How do you feel about this person? You really see this confidence in this person, right? But again, I don't know. They've got an emotional depth you may not be aware of quite yet. You in your feelings, you have the Six of Pentacles, so you feel like this connection is good. It's like balanced. Again, there's a lot of balance energy showing up here. Justice and the Six of Pentacles, both Libra energy. But this is feeling like a connection for you that is reciprocated. Okay, so your feelings that this person, they consistently show up, consistently communicate. Again, it just feels like everything's very transparent between you guys. How do they feel? But I am seeing what is like the emotional depth here. Nine of Cups, Knight of Cups, and their feelings. Okay. So whatever they're not telling you, Leo, I don't think it's anything like bad. I think that maybe they just have not like fully expressed how they feel here. Okay. Because it's telling me that they really want to express something to you about where the relationship is going. They want to be with you. They do want to be with you. We have the Nine of Pentacles in reverse here. They don't want to be single. They want to be with you. But there's a deeper layer of this person that you have not yet discovered. They do feel like this relationship is moving forward and moving to the next level. And it doesn't feel like it's moving too fast or anything. It honestly does feel like the energy between you guys is reciprocated. But there's this energy between you that feels very transparent, but there's things going on beneath the surface, Leo, that you're not fully aware of with this person. And again, it doesn't feel like anything negative. It just like there's just a depth to this person that they don't necessarily reveal until they feel a certain level of like emotional safety or security or comfort here. What's their intention? The Page of Pentacles. Yeah, their intention is to offer you something stable here. For some of you guys have talked about this connection, like moving in together, okay, or like marriage or something. For some of you guys, it's you may be discussing moving in together. And what I'm getting here is that this person needs you to know something like, okay, because if you're just dating and you only see each other what, like once or twice or a few times a week, they're able to be on their kind of best behavior around you. But if you were to live together, you're around each other a lot more, which means you're going to see each other in all of your moods. Okay. This person is showing up as someone who is maybe like got a lot of emotion. There's a lot of moods here. This is like a very moody energy. So it's almost like this person may have this fear of you seeing all these other sides of them or seeing all this other layers to them that you haven't seen yet. There's almost like this energy of like, well, if I reveal too much of myself, like to Leo, how are they going to feel about that? And again, it doesn't feel like anything bad. It's just like this person's able to be their best version of themselves while they're around you. And then they're afraid, okay, well, if we're living together, like they're gonna see me when I'm kind of not feeling good. They're gonna see me when I don't look my best, when I don't feel my best, when I'm going through stuff. Like it's a concern, and I feel like they want to have a conversation. Ace of Swords is the outcome, so it's almost like there's this energy of them needing to like talk to you about this, and that is kind of a common theme here today in the reading for a lot of the signs so far. Anyway, feels like a conversation. It's like they do want to take things to the next level, but there's some concerns that they need to bring up. So That's just what I have. We have Cancer here. We have Libra and Leo. Let's get to Virgo's timestamp. Oh, I forgot my little signs. Okay, we're on Virgo. Maybe I should get them. Hold on, guys. Sorry, Virgo. All right, let's go. All right, Virgo, who is the person on your mind? The person on Virgo's mind, please. Okay, we have Six of Cups in the World here. Feels like someone that you have history with, Virgo. Okay, we have the Six of Cups is typically like a card of someone from your past. For some of you guys, there's someone you want to reconcile with here. And the World card is telling me that this is somebody that you feel like you have unfinished business with. Okay. Also, for some of you with this energy, this could be somebody who, is very either like long distance, like they might be living abroad or something. Okay. It doesn't have to be that. Remember, guys, take what resonates, leave the rest. There's also an energy of them possibly being from a completely different background or culture or religion from you. But there's this kind of kindred spirit energy between you guys that's showing up here. What's the energy between you guys currently? The energy between Virgo and this person. We have the Hierophant, Taurus energy. Okay. Whether you're with this person or not, Virgo, there is this energy of commitment between you guys. So some of you guys might be reconciling with somebody from your past here. Some of you guys may have recently got back together with someone from your past, or some of you, this is something that's not happened yet. But even if this is someone you're not currently with, there's kind of this energy that this could be someone you were in a very long-term commitment with. There's definitely a familiarity and this kind of nostalgic energy showing up here. Tell me more, please. Okay. Three of Pentacles. I feel like you and someone are trying to work something out, Virgo. I feel like you and somebody are trying to work together as a team, come to some sort of compromise. How do you see this person? How do you, oh, hold on. Too many cards flying out here. How do you see them, Virgo? The Nine of Swords. Somebody's upset. Somebody could be upset, overthinking, very anxious here. Okay. Seven of Swords. Oh, there could have been some sort of trust issues in the past with this person, Virgo, that you guys are trying to work through. Some of you guys are trying a relationship again where, there's like someone maybe feels guilty for something that they did in the past. How do they see you? Four of Wands. So I feel like, Virgo, for some of you guys, this person may have betrayed you or cheated or lied in some way. It doesn't have to be that intense, but there's something, whatever reason things didn't work out in the past, this person feels like it was their fault and they feel really bad about that. And the thing is, you know how sometimes people don't realize what they have until it's gone? That's the energy that I'm getting from this reading. Okay. So with the Four of Wands and how they view you is this person's viewing you as you were always the one, Virgo. You were the one, you're the one that they really care about. You're the one that they can see themselves with for the long term. They may have like made a huge mistake in the past, or for some of you, it might not be a huge mistake. Depends on who I'm reading for. Take it as it resonates for you. Somebody feels guilty about something they did in the past, which could be the reason why you and them broke up. How do you feel? The devil. Ooh, Virgo. Damn. So there's a, oh, this is tricky, Virgo. Why am I getting such intense readings today? Because your feelings are the devil. So there's a, you don't necessarily trust this person, but there's a part of you that's very attached to them. Again, you guys may have had a very deep relationship in the past. So there's this like, there's this familiarity, there's this comfortability, there's this kind of, this very deep connection here. Tell me more about the devil and your feelings. You almost feel like you can't get away from this person, Virgo, no matter how hard you try. King of Swords. You're trying to be logical about something. How do they feel? Could be dealing with a Capricorn. Two of Swords, Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Someone was not putting enough effort in the past, or someone may have been like in an avoidant energy, but they're telling me they want to put the effort in now. Okay. We also have the Empress and their feelings, which is like them again realizing that, maybe someone didn't see your worth in the past. They do now, Virgo. What's their true intention? They want to move on from something. They want to move on from whatever happened in the past, and they want a fresh start. They want a second chance. I do feel like, again, Virgo, and I don't know your personal situation, so take it as it resonates. I'm never making excuse for someone who didn't treat you well in the past, but somebody is claiming that whatever they avoided in the past, whatever mistakes they made, they really want your forgiveness. Okay? They want your forgiveness, and they want to move on from it. And they want to, put effort in now and earn your trust back. You just don't know if you can do that, is what I see. You don't know if you can trust this person again. At the end of the day, I feel like what's going on here is they want to express something to you. There may be some tears, okay? But somebody wants to be on your team again, Virgo. Someone wants to work through something. But for some of you guys, this might be something really heavy. This might be something that you feel like you can't necessarily come back from. Okay. When someone really betrays your trust or breaks your trust, it's hard. A lot of people cannot come back from that. A lot of people can't reestablish that trust. So it depends on your situation. But how they feel is that they want to talk, they want to try again, and they want to try to reestablish a connection with you, is what I see here. All right, so that's what I got. We have Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, Capricorn, strong Taurus energy. Next is gonna be Libra. I don't know if you guys noticed the video quality is a little better. I got a new phone recently, like last week. I had to because my microphone wasn't working on the other phone. That's why a few weeks ago we had some like audio technical issues. And then I also realized that when I talked on the phone, I couldn't hear anybody. So I had to keep talking on speakerphone. And like, I have not upgraded my phone in like 5 years. So it was kind of nice to have something new. I do feel like the video and sound quality is much better. All right. Let's get Libra's timestamp. Thank you guys so much for hitting the like button as well. Alrighty, Libra, the person on your mind. 10 of Pentacles. Tell me more. For some of you guys, this is someone you are in a commitment with. Could be a family. For some of you, it could be like a family member showing up here. 7 of Pentacles. For some of you guys, it's a connection that you're like you are confused about if this is moving towards a commitment. I feel like a lot of you guys want this to move towards a commitment, but some of you guys are not clear on if this is something that's going to move in that direction. Some of you guys are not sure if you're reading the situation correctly. Could be over analyzing things. For some of you, this person might be in a commitment. Okay. I definitely am seeing that there's like a lack of emotional clarity here. What's the energy between you and this person? 9 of Cups. I do feel like you're quite happy in each other's presence here. Tell me more. Feels very like emotionally fulfilling to you, but there's something here that you're like lacking clarity on. Hmm. 5 of Swords. Some sort of like overthinking going on here. Some of you guys may have recently gotten in an argument over commitment, and whether that's like you two, the direction the connection between you is going, or there's confusion on your end whether this person is in another commitment or not. How do you see them? It could be someone you work with for some of you guys. Okay, for others of you, you don't work with this person. 8 of Pentacles is telling me that this is someone who you see who really puts in the effort into things. Okay, so for some of you, what's going on here is you're dealing with someone who puts in a lot of effort, and it may feel like the connection feels like a commitment, but there may have been arguing over like the label of the connection, or it's almost like something already feels like a commitment. So to you, you're almost like, well, we might as well like label it as that, because we're doing that, we're doing all the things that people in a relationship do. But there could be this energy of this person wanting to keep their like independence. There's something about them wanting to essentially keep their independence emotionally. Okay, so there seems to be some sort of conflict of interest here. How do they see you? Page of Pentacles in reverse. Tell me more. This is like a weird situationship kind of thing. They don't know if they're interested in that way. But yeah, I agree, Libra. This is stupid, because if you're going out on dates, you're spending nights with each other, you're texting all the time, you're talking on the phone, like you're doing all the things that people in relationships do, but they don't want to put a label on it, is what it feels like. So they're seeing you as someone that they're kind of like weighing out the pros and cons. But keep in mind, Libra, this person could be dealing with another person too. You might be onto something with that. Okay, seeing the 2 Pentacles and the 7 of Cups in a spread together for me as a reader feels like someone who may have other options. How do you feel? And again, with that like 10 of Pentacles coming up, for some of you guys, this could be someone who's in a commitment, but they may have, expressed to you that they're leaving someone and they haven't left that person yet. This is like, oh, well, I'm in a relationship, but it's at its end. Just give me some time, like I'll end it. But you've been waiting. You're waiting, and you've been waiting, and now you have questions, and now you're confused. You're like, well, why haven't they ended it yet? You may have brought something like this up, and it may have caused a fight. Okay, or again, for some of you that's the case. For others of you, there's no other commitment, but there's definitely like there's other options. Okay. Either way, there's other options. But for some of you, it's like this person is talking to other people. For some of you, it's they're actually in another relationship. Take it as it resonates. How do they feel about you? Mind you, you guys are doing all the things that, couples do. We have the Page of Wands here in their feelings. So they're definitely curious about you. They're definitely attracted to you. Tell me more. 1 second, guys. They're hiding something. Yeah, Libra, they're hiding something from you. There's something they're not being fully transparent about, something they're not fully telling you. There's definitely someone else in the picture here, Libra. The only thing I can't tell, and I feel like for some of you guys, they haven't fully left another relationship yet. But for some of you, there's just like this person wants to keep their options open, and that's it. So, you may be their main squeeze, Libra, but they don't want to put a label because then, when they're out flirting with other people or when they're texting their side piece or their sneaky link, they don't have to feel guilty about it. What's their intention? Six of Cups. Some of you guys are talking to someone from their past. What's their next action towards you? There's someone from their past here, Libra. They have not fully let go of. So again, some of you guys, it's like they're dragging out an ending. For some of you, this person said they were leaving that person and they're going to decide that they're going to try again. Okay. For others of you, someone came back into their life and they're talking to this person. What's their next action towards you? Okay. We have the Six of Wands. They're going to try to keep you around, Libra. Okay. I do feel like they would like to try to have their cake and eat it too kind of energy. This is like, well, let me treat Libra really good so they stick around. But then I also kind of want to have this other option over here. Okay, so that's what I got. I don't like that energy. We got Pisces here. Pisces is the only major arcana showing up for you guys. Damn, Libra. Thanks everyone hitting that like button. It does help the channel. All right, guys, give me 1 second. All right, Libra or Scorpio. Hold on, let me get your timestamp. Okay, Scorpio. The person on Scorpio's mind, please. We got a King of Pentacles here. So Earth sign energy showing up for you, Scorpio. It's going to be somebody who is very financially stable. Someone who's showing up is very grounded here. Someone who's got their mind on the money, Scorpio. This could be a business person, someone who owns their own business. Tell me more, please. This feels like very stable energy. Or this person, yeah, they're showing up as someone who's got a lot of stability in their life. Tell me more. Okay, wow. The Tower. Okay. I'm just talking about stability and then the Tower comes out. Okay. Scorpio energy. Okay. Whoa. 1 second, you guys. Somebody who is typically very grounded and stable, maybe about to lose their shit here, Scorpio, or something is happening in this person's life. It's kind of fallen apart. For some of you guys, someone could be going through some sort of financial crisis. This could also be, for some of you guys, this could be someone who stays calm even in chaotic situations. Okay. Which, I don't know. I got a couple things in mind. I'm not going to say anything yet. Let's see what comes out. What's the energy between you and this person, Scorpio? The Ace of Cups. This could be a new-ish connection, Scorpio. There's definitely feelings here between you and this person. Queen of Pentacles. Oh, we got a couple, Scorpio, with the Queen and King of Pentacles. You may have met your match, my friends. You may have met somebody who feels, like I said, very stable, very reliable to you. I feel with this Tower, though, like it's the energy of someone who's very calm, even in the chaos. Scorpio, you may be somebody who's like very intense and like a little bit dramatic. I don't know if that's the right word, but for some of you, I'm getting that like it's a bit of drama. And in the past, maybe other people thought you were too much. Well, this person doesn't think you're too much. In fact, they seem to balance you out in some way. How do you see them? Four of Cups. Why? Someone who definitely has strong boundaries here. They know, this is someone who knows when to say no, someone who like knows their limits, has very strong boundaries, okay? But this is someone who's not afraid, Scorpio, to like call you out on things. What I can't figure out yet is if this is like in a healthy way or in a way where, because what I originally got, I'm just going to say it, but again, this is take what resonates. But for some of you guys, it might be that this person stays really calm in arguments. Well, you may be somebody who is very emotional and expressive. And you know how sometimes manipulative people, I'm not saying this person is manipulative because I don't even see that yet, but what I did get, and it's an intuitive thing. So for some of you, this might resonate. It almost feels like that person who causes you to react, but is able to stay super calm in a connection. Getting too many damn messages here. How do they see you? But for some of you, I don't think it's like that. For a lot of you guys, it feels like this person just knows when to be like, okay, Scorpio, that's enough. I don't know. It almost seems like they're very an age difference here. I don't know, Scorpio. This is a weird reading. Someone's trying to learn about you. Someone's trying to get to know you. But I do feel like they have strong boundaries. So for some of you, they might be like, all right, Scorpio, like I'm done for the night, or again, I don't want to say you guys are like the type to overstay your welcome or anything like that, but it's like this person doesn't have a problem like telling someone to leave, or saying when they're like done having a conversation, or saying that they want to leave or something like that. You know what I mean? But I do feel like this is definitely an interesting dynamic here. This came out in reverse. So yeah, Scorpio, you're showing up as someone who you may be a little impulsive, okay, and have like lack boundaries and lack self-control, but this person this person has boundaries, and this person doesn't have a problem with establishing those boundaries, if that makes sense. It's just hard for me to tell right now whether they're doing it in like a healthy way or whether they're doing it in a gaslighting kind of way. I mean, I definitely don't see that manipulative energy yet, but for some reason it keeps coming up for me intuitively. So there might be like two different scenarios going on here. But they see you as someone who lacks boundaries and lacks self-control and even possibly lacks confidence. I'm not saying those things are true. Again, guys, take what resonates. You don't have to take it if it doesn't resonate, but they are kind of seeing you as a bit impulsive here. How do you feel? The Judgment card. Well, according to your feelings, this is nothing that's showing up as toxic here. With the Judgment card, it almost feels like this person serves as some sort of guidance for you. Maybe you are a little bit crazy, Scorpio, and you're kind of dealing with someone who doesn't put up with it, you know? But it's in a way that it's like they got your best interest at heart. Like they don't feed the drama. You know how like sometimes when someone blows up emotionally, the other person gets reactive and just two people are just screaming at each other. Like this person doesn't play into the screaming matches. They seem to, I don't know, there's something about them staying very calm in the face of drama and chaos, which was the first message that I got. So see how they feel. But they might see you as a bit immature. So again, there could be like an age gap here for some of you guys. You are showing up as also as being defensive. Some of you guys may be like this because you've been in toxic relationships where the arguments were always chaotic instead of, you know, two adults kind of communicating maturely. You're dealing with someone who's showing up as very mature here. But you may be learning through this relationship, Scorpio. You may be realizing that things don't have to be that way. Okay? So you may have like a big reaction to something, and this person is going to be like, no, I reject this drama and chaos. Like, if we're having a disagreement, we're going to talk about it, but I need you to calm down before we do this. So that's where this like Four of Cups and Nine of Wands, it's like this person's setting a boundary. They're like, if we're having a disagreement, that's fine, Scorpio, but I'm not going to tolerate you yelling at me, and I'm not going to feed into that energy. I'm not going to feed into this and the drama. You know, so I do feel like there's some sort of like energy of you feeling like this is different, you know? What's their intention? Yeah, I know. I don't know. Maybe sometimes as an air sign, you guys, like my brain does get in the way. So my first intuition was what I said in the beginning. And then I kind of got this, oh, well, what if they're being manipulative? But again, sometimes my own mind and experiences and thoughts get in the way too. So I don't feel that from the reading now that I've got more cards out. In their intention, we do have the Page of Pentacles. Okay. I feel like they're trying to meet you at your level, Scorpio. I feel like they're trying to meet you where you are. They are interested in you, and they do want this connection to feel stable. But the thing is, they want to move like this connection in the right direction. Okay. So I'm not saying that this connection is going to be something that lasts forever, but because there is this kind of energy of them being like, okay, well, let me just state how, you know, a mature relationship is. But the problem, Scorpio, is if you continue to like be very reactive with this person, they may change their mind about the direction of the relationship. Okay, so we got Cancer here, Sagittarius, your energy, Scorpio, and we have Leo. Next is Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius, the person on your mind. Somebody's in a conflict. You're feeling at odds with someone here. Tell me more, please. You're in a conflict with someone right now, Sagittarius. This something you guys keep fighting about is weighing down the connection. Someone's feeling a little defeated here. There could be an ongoing conflict, Sagittarius, that's causing this person to just feel very stressed out in this current connection here. What's the energy between you guys? Two of Cups. Okay. So you both really care about each other, and I feel like typically you two are pretty happy. You're in alignment. Okay, like this is someone you know that you and the other person have this kind of mutual feelings for, mutual understanding of each other. Feels pretty aligned, but there's something that's kind of causing disharmony in the connection. How are you seeing this person currently? Star, Aquarius energy. For some of you guys, if the conflict thing doesn't resonate with you, this could also be that somebody here is really stressed out and that their stress is a source of conflict in your life. For some of you guys, somebody is chasing a dream or a goal. For some of you guys, somebody's trying to heal from something. So I do feel like this is a very supportive connection, but there could be a little bit of a strain on the connection at this time because there's this kind of heaviness here. There's something weighing it down. You do see them as the star though, so there's something like there's something they could be chasing a pretty big dream or a goal that could also be straining the relationship. How do they see you? The Four of Wands. So they see you as someone they're pretty serious about. I'm getting for some of you as well, like conflicting schedules, or if somebody's like really trying to work towards like a goal or something that they're, 'cause again, this is like somebody's dream they're chasing. Could be taking up a lot of their time, which is making them very tired when they do see you, or again, this person's got a lot on their plate right now. You are a source of stability in their life, but I do feel like there's some sort of, like I said, strain on the connection at this time. How do you feel? You're a little pissed about something. You feel a little mad right now, Sagittarius. There's something here that you're not happy with. I do feel like you're trying to be supportive. However, there's some sort of like difference in opinion here as well. For some of you guys, it's like you're trying to support someone through something, but there's certain things where you're like, okay, well, I almost feel like I'm sacrificing a lot for you to go after your dream, but what about my dream? You know, some of you guys are questioning whether you should walk away from this or not. I feel like you're a little torn because you've put a lot of effort into this relationship and into this person, but there is something that's definitely straining the connection here. Tell me more about the star, please. I want to know like what it is because this person sees you as the foundation, their stability, okay? Yeah, something that they're trying to go out. I don't know. Sagittarius. Someone's deciding they want to go after a dream. They're trying to manifest something, but they could be putting all their energy into this. And so you're feeling a little bit neglected here. You're feeling like a lack of connection. You're feeling like they're a little bit detached. How do they feel? Hey, Emperor, tell me more. Hold on, you guys. I just dropped a bunch of cards here. 1 second. Tell me more about their feelings. They're really going after the bag here, Sagittarius. This person's got big goals, big dreams. They feel like they need to be on top of something all the damn time here. Someone may have started a business. So, for example, like for some of you, they may have started business. When you run your own business, like you're working all the time, right? So, this person, again, could be putting all their time, all their energy, all their effort into work. And then when they see you, they're absolutely depleted and tired. And you're just feeling a little neglected in the relationship. But it's getting to the point, Sagittarius, where you're just like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. It's just like you don't get any of this person's energy. So, this could be a source of conflict for you guys. But this person is like, they're very goal oriented is what I'm getting. They're very like the Emperor and King of Pentacles is like workaholic, big boss CEO, owning a company kind of energy. And then on top of that, for some of you, if they started a business but they're also working their regular job, they're working, and then when they come home they're working on, their business. And so again, it is becoming, I feel like you do want to support them, but you're feeling unfulfilled, and you're feeling like this is kind of creating, it's kind of creating a lack of alignment here. What's their intention? So I will tell you, Sagittarius, this person, they're prioritizing the work right now, and they're very overwhelmed and burnt out. And their intention is to continue to work towards something here. So they definitely are prioritizing that over the relationship. Because again, I'm seeing more on their end about like really being driven to work towards something, very ambitious here. For some of you guys, the way that they see it though is that they see it like they're doing this for you. They're doing this for your future. For some of you, they have marriage in mind. They have buying a house in mind. They have this kind of whole idea of like creating this stability in the relationship. And so they're like, well, I'm doing this for us, right? That's why they're so burdened. What's their next action? These readings are so damn specific today. Okay, we have there's so many pentacles here. This person's like very focused on the money right now, on work. I do feel like they're wanting to do something for you. Okay, there's some sort of like, there's something they're going to be able to show for this. So for some of you guys, it's like they're coming to you with some sort of good news. Like, okay, look, it's almost like they want to prove to you, like, look, it's working, Sagittarius. Like, look at what I've accomplished. Look at what I did. But I do feel like there is kind of this offer coming in. They want to do something for you. It might not be anything big. It might be like a small gesture, but I do feel like they're trying to put some sort of effort in here. And for them, regardless of what that thing is, they feel like they really hope that you appreciate what they're doing, because they're spreading themselves very thin right now. Okay, I'm not saying that you shouldn't feel the way you feel, Sagittarius. Of course, your feelings are valid as well. But I do feel like this person does want to put effort towards this connection. It's just that they're very burnt out right now. They're like on the verge of having a nervous and mental and physical breakdown. Like they might actually become, I want to say very sick, but I don't mean very sick in like a serious way. It's just they're so depleted, like they may actually get physically ill and need to take some time off because they run themselves into the freaking ground. So we got Aries, Gemini, Aquarius here. Next up is Capricorn. Let me get your timestamp. You guys, we're going to do their sign and the hidden truth for all the signs at the end. So stick around for that. The person on Capricorn's mind, please. Could be dealing with a Leo here. Doesn't have to be. Okay, tell me more. You're dealing with someone here who's very, very confident in themselves, Capricorn. Someone maybe is the type to be athletic or work out a lot, go to the gym. Okay. I also feel like there's something about this person's hair. Underneath that confident exterior, this person is a bit of an overthinker, Capricorn. Okay, so they may come across as very confident, and for some of you, maybe slightly egotistical, but somebody's gets pretty overwhelmed and starts overthinking stuff. I also feel like somebody appears to be very like strong, but they could be hiding things. That this is someone who doesn't want to have to be strong all the time, Capricorn. I feel like they're a little bit tired of like being strong all the time. There's something here about them being a little bit exhausted as well, or like burnt out. What's the energy between you and this person? The energy between Capricorn and this person. Four of Pentacles. Things could be, you guys could be struggling financially a little bit if you're like connected that way. If you guys like share finances, okay? Tell me more. Yeah, for some of you guys, there's a energy of commitment here. It could be a little bit of financial strain on the connection between you and this person. How do you see them? Could be dealing with a Taurus as well. You see them as the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a lot of commitment energy here. A lot of energy indicating that this connection is a commitment or it's leading to one. Okay. I definitely feel like you guys are very close to each other. Or like there's this energy of you being very like held on to each other. Like you're both very focused on each other. You see them as like family oriented too. Some of you guys, they could be part of a family business as well. How do they see you? Some of you guys might, if you're like married, like you might live with other family members as well too. Okay, that's too many. How do they see Capricorn? Ace of Pentacles. You guys may be in different places financially. One of you may have significantly more money than the other one. I feel like for some of you, it's them. This person may come from family money as well. How do you feel, Capricorn? You're stressed out. Why is Capricorn stressed out? Two of Swords. There's something here that, regardless of like how close you and this person are, I do feel like there's something that has to be addressed in the connection that has like being avoided. Yeah. Ace of Swords. There, it feels like there's something, there's like a conversation that needs to happen. That could be why this person is feeling overwhelmed as well. You're stressed, they're stressed, but nobody's talking about it. How do they feel? Hold on, you guys. We have the Page of Cups here. Okay. They like you. They definitely like you. We got the World card here. Some of you guys may come from very different families, different. Could be like, again, there's like a difference in either like your financial situation, the way you grew up, culture, religion, something like that. There's definitely like some sort of disconnect here, but it's like something that you guys don't talk about, but you're definitely noticing I feel like in the beginning, Capricorn, you may have thought, well, this isn't something that's going to really affect the relationship. Like, that's how would that be an issue? But there's something that's coming up as an issue that both of you are kind of ignoring. You're not talking about. I feel like it's bothering you more than it's bothering them. It is bothering them, but the thing is, they keep that, they keep that to themselves. Because for some of you, it almost doesn't bother them, because for some of you, it's like it's not an issue with them. It could be an issue with their family. Okay. I do feel like this person likes you and wants to make you a part of their world. They see you as a very important part of their world, but there could be an energy here about their family. For some of you guys, there's almost this like insecurity of like, "Oh, I don't think I'm ever going to be accepted by this person or by their family." I don't feel like this person feels that way. I don't know why you feel that way. For some of you, it's something going on in you. It's like a again, if you don't have a very strong financial situation, but they do, you could have this feeling around like, well, I don't want them to think that I'm like with them for their money, or I don't want them to think that they have to like take care of me all the time. This person, you guys may live very different lifestyles. For some of you, you're stressed because you can't keep up with this person. Say you guys are going out on dates to all these really nice restaurants. This would be places that they go that you typically wouldn't go because you can't fit it into your budget. You may not be able to fully afford this. Capricorn, this person. So for those of you who are my feminines listening to this, I feel like this person doesn't care about that. For those of you who are my masculines, that's where I feel like it's getting a little tricky, because this person grew up used to a certain lifestyle, being able to afford certain things. They grew up, very comfortable financially. And you may be stressing because you may feel like you don't know if you can provide that for this person. But at the same time, I feel like they don't necessarily really care about that because they like you and they're seeing that you are doing what you can. And it's not about like the amount, it's about the intention behind it. Hmm. What's their intent? What is their intention? The Fool. They want to go on this journey with you, Capricorn. So yeah, for some of you, again, just to recap, you could be being judged by their family, but for others of you, it's you. It's you that you're like, I don't know if I can give this person that. For some of you, you've been trying to take them out on these really fancy dates, and you're like, I don't know how long I can do this. I don't know if I can keep up with this person. They may be talking about the way they grew up, and their family's got a cottage and a yacht, and they go on vacation 3 times a year, and you're just like, I can't keep up with that lifestyle. But this person, they want to go on adventures with you. It's they're interested in the connection with you. Um, for others of you, I feel like they may not be aware of this, because for some of you guys, you may not have like told them. It might be not a thing that you've discussed. You don't really discuss finances with people all the time. So for some of you guys, it could be that they're not aware that you may not be able to afford a lot of these things, right? So there's almost this energy of like this person just being a little naive and going along with things, and you're stressing about the fact that you might not be able to keep up. What's their next action? So this reading kind of applies to whoever's like the one who's expected to pay for the dates. If you're doing like 50-50 kind of thing, there's you're stressing because you can't necessarily afford all the places they want to go all the time. Okay, their next action, there could be a little bit of a conflict between you, but I do feel like, so whatever's stressing you out, you may bring this up, Capricorn. Whatever you're avoiding, whatever conversation, I do feel like something's coming out. And there may be like a bit of a like conflict over it, but I feel like at the end of the day, like regardless of the conflict, because the Three of Pentacles came out with the Five of Swords, right? Five of Swords is the conflict energy, but the Three of Pentacles is the let's come together and work as a team and figure this out. We can compromise, we can meet halfway, right? So I do feel like whatever's going on here, Capricorn, a lot of it's just in your head. It's your feelings. This person likes you, so stop stressing about it. We got Gemini, Aries, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, strong Leo, strong Taurus. Give me 1 second, you guys. All right, Aquarius, let me get your time stamp. All right, it's Aquarius. For my Aquarius collective, the person on their mind, please. Queen of Cups. Some of you could be dealing with a water sign. You're dealing with somebody who has a big soft spot for you, Aquarius. Okay. Somebody is, I'm getting the word sentimental. There's something like sentimental about this person. Something very romantic. Tell me more. And water sign showing up. I don't know why the word sentimental came to me, but it did. You got someone who's like emotionally passionate, okay? This person is emotionally available as well. Taurus energy showing up. We have the Hierophant, okay? So some of you guys, someone's like thinking about you in terms of like commitment here, okay? They may seem a little rigid on the outside. They got a big soft spot for you, Aquarius. What's the energy between you and this person? This person may have some sort of like authoritative role in their life. But when it comes to you, they're super sweet. We have the Six of Wands for the energy between you. Feels like this is a very successful connection. There's mutual like recognition of each other. Okay. There's something you guys may recognize qualities in the other person that you really like, or recognize qualities in the other person that are things that, sorry, I lost my train of thought, Aquarius. Qualities in the other person that you really respect as well. But I also feel like you feel understood, you feel recognized, you feel good with this person. Like you lift each other up. This is a connection where you lift each other up and you encourage each other. Okay. You're both people that are, after success, maybe have, a lot of ambition here. How do you see them? King of Pentacles. Well, they definitely got a lot of ambition, Aquarius. Oof. Yeah. So for some of you guys, again, there's this like almost like authority kind of energy surrounding this person. The way you see them deal with other people versus the way that they deal with you are two different things. And it's almost like they may have to be very authoritative in their life, but when it comes to you, like I said, there's like super soft, like super sweet. You're both showing up as two people who are very successful here. You may both be very known in your like fields, whatever you do for your career and stuff. This person's like proud of you, Aquarius. How do they see you? They're also showing up as someone who's very grounded, reliable towards you, financially stable here. Okay, how do they see you? The Two of Swords. Maybe they're seeing you as a little emotionally closed off, Aquarius. I'm gonna get another card for that. Why do they see you as the Two of Swords? Yeah, you're you're a little like protective of your feelings, Aquarius. You're definitely showing up to this person as someone who, I mean, for some of you guys, they may be seeing you as an avoidant. Okay, just gonna go ahead and say it. For others of you, it's like they know you're like protecting yourself. You're very protective of your energy here. How do you feel? You like this person, Aquarius. I do feel like you're a little hesitant. Okay, you just know your worth. You don't rush into things, Aquarius. You think very highly of yourself. You know your worth. You know your value, and you don't just jump into connections before you give yourself to someone. You want to make sure that they deserve you. Okay, you hold yourself in very high regard, is what I'm getting here. Um, you set very high expectations and standards for yourself, so you have those expectations and standards in your relationships, which you're allowed to. If you live up to those standards, you sure as hell should be expecting that from other people. It does appear that so far in this connection, Aquarius, that you view this person as someone that you respect. However, I feel like for some of you, it's just like you're taking your time. I do feel like also with the Empress energy, it's like you do think very highly of this person. You do hold them in high regard as well. But you are taking your time here. You're taking your time, taking things slow. How do they feel? And because you're taking things slow, they may read that or interpret that as you just being protective of yourself, which I don't think they're looking at that in a bad way. I think they're just like, damn, Aquarius is hard to break down here. Maybe a little confusing to them. We have the Seven of Cups. So this may be a little confusing to them, Aquarius. They may be overanalyzing certain things in the relationship. Okay, they may be kind of wondering sometimes, are they seeing things clearly? It looks like they are getting some sort of clarity, so I'm not sure where the clarity is coming from. I feel like for some of you, this person kind of goes back and forth between like feeling a little bit confused, maybe overanalyzing, and then they kind of come to some conclusion like, you know what? I'm very optimistic about this with Aquarius. I feel very positive about this connection. So I feel like someone here tries to stop themselves from overthinking and overanalyzing things. Um, because they are very optimistic. They do feel very happy with you. And they do feel very positive overall about the connection. But with that Seven of Cups, definitely tells me there could be some emotional confusion. And it could just be because this person is very emotional. We saw that with the Queen of Cups coming out as their first card. So they may just be someone who feels deeply. And you, Aquarius, I'm not trying to put Aquarius under a stereotype because I am an Aquarius and we do feel very deeply, but we take time, it takes us time to feel very deeply, right? Like we don't fall in love easily or fast. So I feel like they may just not understand this about you. And so sometimes they're feeling a little confused. What's their intention towards you? Overall, they do see you as commitment material, and I feel like you also see them as commitment material, but you just don't want to rush into anything with anyone. I do feel like you're a little invested, though, even if you don't want to admit it to yourself, Aquarius. Their intention towards Aquarius, please. The world. Yeah, they're serious about you. They are sure as hell serious about you. Their intention is the world, Aquarius. They already see you as part of their world. Okay. It's going to be hard to convince this person that they don't want to be with you, or you don't want to be with them. They see you as a part of their world. They feel a sense of completion when it comes to you. And their next action is the Two of Cups. This person intends to get closer to you, Aquarius. Someone's trying to form a stronger emotional bond. Okay, I don't feel like they're trying to force you into it because again, they do sense that you're a little protective of yourself, but I do feel like they're trying to figure out how to form a stronger emotional connection with you. I feel like they want to like see more of your inner world, Aquarius, and I also feel like they're wanting to reveal more of their inner world to you. Okay? And they're hoping that by doing this, you guys can form a stronger emotional bond. For some of you, they may want to travel with you. There's an energy of them wanting to travel or go somewhere with you. Okay. So it's almost just this energy of like, we need to get closer because traveling energy, right? Six of Swords, the world, there's energy surrounding travel here. So that's what I got. We have Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, strong Leo, strong Taurus, and there's Libra here. I saw somebody's comment saying you only have Jupiter in Aquarius, but it disappeared before I could read the rest of it. I don't have the phone is like above my eyesight, you guys, so I only see the comments when I stand up. Hi Leo babe. When I'm sitting and doing the reading, I can't see the comments. Ooh, it's 11111 on the timestamp, you guys. Okay, next is gonna be Pisces. Then we're gonna do their sign and the hidden truth for all the signs. Okay, so stay tuned, you guys. I'm gonna drink some. And get your timestamp. All right, Pisces. The person on Pisces' mind, please. The person on Pisces' mind. I wish the comments in the chat would stay after so I could read them all, but they don't stay. Ten of Cups. Someone you're really happy with. I feel like there's a lot of happiness, mutual emotional fulfillment here. This is a very serene, peaceful relationship or connection. Feels very calm. Okay. I actually felt this kind of calm energy just like wash over me as I tapped into your energy, Pisces. I feel like you and someone are really happy together. Okay. What's the energy between you? Page of Swords is here. So this could be somebody that you are getting to know still, Pisces. But so far, the relationship feels calm. You know, it doesn't feel chaotic. It doesn't feel crazy. It doesn't feel anxious. It feels calm. Okay, as you're getting to know this person, you're starting to feel very close with them already. Page of Wands is here as well. Yeah, the connection feels very new. For some of you, one or both of you have children. It feels like you may have recently or are about to like introduce your families to each other, like your children, or maybe the rest of your family. I do feel like everything's going to go well if that is the case, and your children are all going to get along with each other. Definitely feels like this is a connection that brings you peace, Pisces. How do you see this person? The Empress. Damn, you see them as someone who you hold in very high regard. Okay, you really adore this person. You know, I feel, Pisces, that this is a connection that means a lot to you, even if it's new. It feels like something that's really feeding your soul. Okay, it feels like something very positive for you, very abundant. This is something that brings a lot of abundance, peace, joy into your life. Okay, feels like someone you can really grow with. For some of you guys, you may want to have more children with this person. Okay, for others of you, it feels like this is someone that you guys, when you're together, like things just feel good. You know, things just work out. There's like this energy of growth in the connection. You know, like you guys may both be people who are I've lost my train of thought. I don't know why that keeps happening, you guys. It's because I'm bleeding. I got period brain right now. My ladies will know what I'm talking about. This, when people get like pregnancy brain, I get that when I'm bleeding. I don't know what the hell is the deal with that, but anyway, what was I trying to say? I know what I'm trying to say. I just can't access my vocabulary apparently. It just feels like you two are both the type that want to continuously grow, right? Grow and attract abundance, and this person knows how to do that. How do they see you? This person may also be someone who lives a very abundant lifestyle, very comfortable lifestyle. They also, Pisces, may be someone you find very beautiful, and that there's like they have a great style. There's something about their style. Okay. They see you as the Queen of Pentacles and the Five of Swords. So with the Queen of Pentacles energy, Pisces, I do feel like this is someone who sees you as very reliable, very grounded. Again, you do have this kind of like energy of abundance as well. There's something like about you that, again, brings this kind of energy of growth into the relationship. But there is something here that they see you as someone who's mentally conflicted over something. I'm not sure what that is, Pisces, but they definitely are seeing that you might be just an overthinker. That could be what it is. But I do feel like this person definitely brings out the calm side in you. How do you feel? The King and the Queen of Pentacles here. Beautiful energy, Pisces. You feel very grounded. I don't know, maybe you're someone who has a hard time grounding your energy, Pisces, but once again, this person's energy is showing up as, someone who keeps you grounded, right? You're a Pisces, you're living in the ethers, you're not even in this dimension or reality half the time. So I do feel like this person kind of balances you out in terms of like bringing this grounded kind of energy into your life. Connection feels very stable. It also feels like, again, there's something about abundance here. There's something about you two being able to like manifest a lot of abundance together. Sometimes two people that have like the right energy together can really attract abundance. It's not like you're manifesting. I feel like you both have mastered kind of this energy surrounding attraction, like attracting things into your life. Like you just naturally or have worked to learn how to manifest through receiving. How do they feel? Seven of Cups. Why? Four of Wands. This person's fantasizing about a life with you, Pisces, about building a life with you. This person's fantasizing about you two walking down the damn aisle together, okay, hand in hand. This person sees something very long term with you. I feel like this connection has a lot of potential, Pisces. Like there's a lot of stability here. They might not tell you this yet, but they've definitely fantasized about either proposing to you or marrying you or being proposed to by you. What's their intention? To offer you something. Damn, Pisces. For some of you guys, if this is not like a new connection and this is someone you've been dating for a while, I feel like they're planning on proposing. Okay, I don't say that often and I don't say that lightly. For others of you, it might just be they want you to like move in with them, like you guys maybe are moving in together. But I definitely am seeing that there's some sort of offer coming in. Let's see what their next action is. Ooh, I just got chills, Pisces. What's their next action, please? This person's next action towards Pisces. Oh my God, hold on. It fell on the floor. We got the Lovers card, you guys. Yeah, damn, Pisces. This is a good reading. Holy shit. 2 cups on the bottom of the deck. Whew. Okay, Pisces. I think you may have met your match here. I mean, we do have the King and Queen of Pentacles, showing that there's like a very aligned energy of a couple here. 2 very grounded and stable people. Bring each other peace, calmness. This person, for some of you, depending on where you are in the relationship, for some of you, this person may tell you that they love you for the first time. Okay, for others of you, Again, I don't take this lightly, but it really is depending on the situation. Okay, some of you are getting literally proposed to. This person's been like thinking about it, fantasizing about it, or you're like proposing to someone. Okay, but I feel like some sort of offer is coming in, and I do feel like this is something that's going to make you very, very happy, Pisces. So again, it just depends on where you are in the situation, in the relationship. We got Gemini here, Taurus, and Libra. All right, we're going to do their sign and the hidden truth. I do want to give these a good shuffle before we do that. Oof. Pretty good mix of readings today. Pretty good. And I actually ended up doing a longer live than I wanted to. I originally just wanted to do a bit of a shorter one, because I am in my moon phase and just not feeling super energetic today. So I didn't come on yesterday, you guys, but I was a little better today. All right, a couple more shuffles and then I'll get your timestamp for this. And I will be putting the timestamps in the comments section right after the live. Where's the timestamp? All right, so this is if you're dealing with the other signs. So if you are dealing with an Aries, how does the Aries feel, please? If you didn't get a message, 2 cards each. If you didn't get a message today, how does the Aries feel? Aries is questioning things. Okay. The Aries is kind of going back and forth, but they're trying to remain positive about something, but there is something that they're kind of like going back and forth with, okay? They are trying to remain positive. I feel like there's more of this energy of them leaning towards like the pro over the con, but they are kind of like weighing out the pros and cons here. The Taurus wants to offer you commitment. The Gemini is healing from something and wants to move slow. The Cancer is very overwhelmed emotionally, but they do like you. The Leo is really attracted to you. It feels like you guys have a lot in common sexually, if that makes sense, but also they do like you, but there's this like strong chemistry and like physical attraction, and like I don't know, chemistry is really showing up here. They have a lot of confidence in this connection. The Virgo, they see you as their wish fulfillment and they would like to offer you something. The Libra is, there's a Libra from your past that's like in their head about stuff. They want to reconcile. Scorpio's heartbroken, feels like something wasn't fair. The Sagittarius, extremely freaking happy with you. This person loves the shit out of you. The Capricorn wants to take some sort of inspired action towards you. But I feel like they have so many different scenarios in their mind. They're like trying to figure out which one to go with. The Aquarius, they're secretly kind of questioning and contemplating the connection. They like you, but they're a little hesitant here. And the Pisces, they're coming in fast with an offer. All right, the hidden truth. And let me just give these a little shuffle. I'm going to start posting the monthly readings this week as well, you guys, so look out for those. Okay, let me get your timestamp. All right, again, this is if you're dealing with this sign. So if you are dealing with an Aries, what does the Aries want to say to you that they can't say? What does Aries want to say to my collective that they can't say? They wonder if you're happy without them. They can't do this. The Taurus feels like you guys don't share the same values and they feel like you broke their heart. The Gemini misses hearing your voice and wishes you guys could go back. The Cancer admires you. They know they messed everything up. The Leo feels the sexual tension. They feel like they can be themselves with you. The Virgo left you before you could leave them. They feel like you need to let each other go. The Libra doesn't know what comes next. They want to start over. Scorpio wonders how you feel. They hid who they really are from you. The Sagittarius loves you and needs security. The Capricorn knows they crossed the line with you. They're so attracted to you. The Aquarius knows they were a distraction from your pain and they're going to wait for a sign from you. And the Pisces can't get enough of you. Finding out the truth crushed them. All right, you guys. So thank you to everyone who hits that like button. If you do watch my content and you're not subscribed, maybe want to hit the subscribe button too so you can get notified when I'm live and when I post. And for those of you who do continuously support my channel by engaging with the content, I truly do appreciate you all. It doesn't not go unnoticed. Okay, so hope you guys enjoyed the reading. And